and you shall receive. Let's do the zebra cake next. Now, the zebra cake is a super delicious spongy cake filled with their delicious marshmallow cream, topped or surrounded by white chocolate with a dark chocolate drizzle. And this is what a king size one looks like. And now you might be thinking, Bailey, how do you eat this one? You just pork it down. Now, the one thing I love about the zebra cake is there's almost an equal amount of marshmallow cream to cake. That cake is thin and the marshmallow cream is thick. Now, if you're a fan of these, you are also a fan of these. The Little Debbie Christmas tree. Oh yeah, I still have some. I have 3 boxes stashed. They are almost identical. The only difference is, is that the Christmas tree has red drizzle and green sprinkles and it's shaped like a Christmas tree. I personally like the Christmas trees better. Maybe because it's a Christmas thing. I don't know, but they have butterflies right now. Nope. Okay, so to start our recipe, we're going to put, I dropped sprinkles in my bowl. 3/4 cup of sugar into a bowl. 1/3 cup of water into a bowl. 1 tablespoon of vanilla into a bowl. 2 whole eggs and the yolk of 3 more eggs. And we're going to take the whites of those eggs and put them into a separate bowl. All right, so I gave those a nice whisk. Into this, I'm going to add 1 cup of flour and mix it together really well. After I have this mixed, I'm just going to set this bowl aside and we are going to move on to our egg whites. All right, that's nice and mixed. All right, so we're going to take our 3 egg whites and stick them into another bowl. And what we're going to do is we're going to whisk these on high, slowly adding 1/4 cup of sugar into them until we have stiff, firm peaks. What I mean by that is when you lift your mixer, it should ball up into the center of your whisk. I'll show you. So our egg whites are super stiff and firm. This is what we're looking for. I also forgot to mention, because I had it mixed in my flour, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder went in here as well. So next what we're going to do is we're going to move our egg whites into our batter and we are going to slowly, very, very slowly fold them into each other. We don't want to break up our egg whites. Slow and steady wins the race. Trust the process. All right, bakers, so here's what you do next. I have my jelly roll pan because I need these thin. If you don't have a jelly roll pan, put it in a baking sheet that is not parchment lined. You want to, I almost knocked that bowl off. Just nonstick spray it. And when it's all done, we're going to let it sit and cool until it's really nice and cool. Remember, this is a thin cake. We're going to pop this in a 375 degree oven for 9 to 12 minutes. You know I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's done. Don't question me. Trust the process. When it is all done, this is what it's going to look like. See how it's just like, it doesn't stick to my fingers to the touch? And it's like, see how it's kind of peeling from my edges? That's what we want. Now for this cake, we are going to let this cool 100% in the pan. Let it rest. And then we're going to make our marshmallow cream. All right, bakers. So our cake is out and perfectly cooled. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to divide this in half. And I'm going to spread my marshmallow cream on the half. Remember, thick. Layer my other half. And I don't have a hexagon shape cookie cutter, so I'm just going to use square. And I'm going to cut out my squares and make my little sandwiches. And then we have to make our chocolate to go on top. I am so excited. All right, bakers. So our sandwiches are, oh my God. Our cake sandwiches are cooling. And so we need to make the white chocolate ganache or white chocolate coating to go on top of them. So I'm going to take 1 cup of white chocolate chips with 6 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. And I'm going to heat this for about 30 seconds at a time or until I get a really smooth texture. Remember, do not do it all at one time. You're going to seize up your chocolate and you're going to get a yucky, gooey mess of nothingness. 30 seconds at a time, slow and steady wins the race. We also have to do the same thing for our dark chocolate for the little drizzle that goes on top. So I have a half a cup of dark chocolate, or I'm using semi-sweet chocolate, with 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, and I'm going to melt them down the same way. I also have a cookie sheet with a drip tray so that way I can douse them, and then all the leftover chocolate goes underneath, so there's no waste, no mess, and I don't have to, I can eat all the chocolate that falls out. That's really what that's for, I'm not going to lie. All right, bakers, so because I'm doing these recipes, I have made a giant container of the marshmallow fluff because 90% of these treats have that delicious, ooey, creamy marshmallow cream inside of it. But the recipe for this is 2 teaspoons of 2 teaspoons of extremely hot water, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 10 ounces of marshmallow cream, fluff marshmallow cream, 3/4 cup of butter flavored Crisco, lard, whatever. Butter flavored. If you don't have it, can't get it, just use Crisco or whatever kind of lard. And then 2/3 cup of powdered sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla. And you're going to whip that together until it's super nice and creamy. We're going to use that for almost all items filled with the marshmallow cream. All right, bakers. So I have my cakes on my cookie sheet. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to drizzle the chocolate on so it covers the whole cake, sides and all. And we'll have to go back and do the bottoms of them once they're nice, cool, and firm. We want to cover everything. And once you have your cake covered, we need to go and put that beautiful chocolate drizzle on them. So what I did was I took my chocolate, my dark chocolate ganache that I have, and I just put it in a Ziploc bag because you don't need to be fancy. And I just slit a tip in it, or cut a tip in it. And I'm just going to kind of like a zebra. And let those firm up. I can't wait to try these, you guys. Okay, so doing all these recipes, most of my stuff tastes very, 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 very close to what the actual product is. And they kind of look like it. But for this, all except for the shape, like, I have my hopes so high on this one. And I don't know why, but like, I really do. I don't even know which one to take. Okay. Okay, so here are our cakes. Remember, mine are the shape. I don't have that cookie cutter. Oh my God. The cake is the light and fluffy. My white chocolate tastes a little different. They're doing something different in their white chocolate. I can't figure it out. Mine tastes like white chocolate. Theirs tastes like a vanilla white chocolate. But still this close. It's so good. It's the perfect amount of cake to marshmallow cream frosting with that hint of the dark chocolate. I'm just saying,